are you? My name's Sung and I'm the Principal and Director of Sky Academy, and in this episode what I want to look at is lines that intersect with each other, okay? Intersecting lines. So you usually have, let me start by saying this. On a straight line, alright, if I was to draw a straight line, so say that's a straight line, how do we know that a point sits on that straight line? How do you know? So if this is the point y is equal to 2x plus 1, right? How do we know that a point sits on that line? All right. How do you know if this point, let's say it's the point 2, 5, how do you know if 2, 5 sits on that line or not? Right? Well, the easy way to work that out is just by substituting, right? So 2 for x, 5 for y. And to see, so it's 2 times 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. And does y equal 5? Yes, it does, all right? And if it satisfies the equation, it will sit on the line. So this point sits on the line because it satisfies the equation. In fact, every single point on this line will satisfy this equation. Will this point satisfy that equation? Yes, it will. All right. Will this point satisfy this equation? Yes, it will. In fact, all the points along this line will satisfy the equation so long as it sits on the line. Okay. Another point, a point over here. Will this point satisfy this equation? The answer is no. Will the origin 0, 0 satisfy this equation? 0 for x plus 1 is 1. 0, no, it won't satisfy the equation. So the only points that satisfy this equation are the points that lie on this line, and every single point that does lie on this line will satisfy the equation. Does that make sense? I'm sorry to labour the point home, but I just want to ram that point home very clearly. Now, just say we have another line over here, okay? Again, passing through the point 2, 5. Alright? Yes? Let's say this line is y equals to negative x plus 7. Okay? How do we know that 2, 5 satisfies that line? Well, if we substitute 2 for x and 5 for y, it should satisfy. In fact, every single point that lies on this line will satisfy that equation, right? Yep. So, the question I want to ask you is, how do we know where two lines cross? How do we know the point where two lines cross? Well, the point where two lines cross is going to be where that point satisfies both this equation and it also satisfies that equation. Does that make sense? We can work it out graphically, or we can also work it out using algebra in a method known as simultaneous equations. All right? And we are going to look at simultaneous equations involving straight lines. All right? Simultaneous equations, and that will tell us the point of intersection between the two lines. Simultaneous equations, and there are two ways of solving simultaneous equations, which we'll look at in future episodes. Okay, so the first way is called elimination, the second way is called substitution. Okay, so I just want you to know that for the time being. I also want you to know the concept that the point of intersection is going to be a point that satisfies both one equation and the other equation at the same time. Okay? Cool. So in future episodes, in the next episode and the episode after, I'll be going through each of these two methods. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much for watching.